Okay, looking at number 5, it asks you to find the area and perimeter of the figure below. So I'm going to go ahead and close up this shape. And if we know the top part is 15x, if we subtract 5 and 3 from 15, we're going to go ahead and get 7x. And so that's going to give us the length of the part that we need to take out. So for the area, we've got the area of the larger rectangle. And we're going to subtract out the area of the smaller rectangle. So our formula would be length times width, and we're going to subtract out length times width. So for the big rectangle, we have 15x multiplied by 7. And then on the inside, we have 5 times 7x. And now we're going to go ahead and put that into our calculator. So 15 times 7 gives us 105x. And then 5 times 7 gives us 35x. If we subtract the 2, we are going to get 70x. And then this is units squared. For our perimeter, we're just going to walk all the way around our rectangle. So some students always ask, like, can you go ahead and use a rectangular formula for the twice the length plus twice the width and then plus the extra sides? And that's fine if you'd like to do it that way. So we have 2 side lengths that are 7. We have 2 widths that total 15x. And then we have a side that is 5 and 5. So if we do that, we have 14 plus 30x plus 10. And combining like terms, we are going to get 30x plus 24, and then that's just going to be units. Okay, looking at number 6, we're just going to find area. This is very similar to the questions with the pool or the pond and how you have a path all the way around it. The difference with it is that we're going to go ahead and leave everything with variables. It doesn't have any numbers in it. So in order to find the gray area, we need to take the area of the big circle, and we are going to subtract out the area of the small circle. So formula for the area of the big circle is going to be pi r squared. We are also going to use the same thing for the small circle. You'll notice in the diagram that the radius of the big circle is j, so we have j squared pi. On the inside of the circle, we have a radius of h squared, so we have h squared pi. So if you were to leave it in terms of pi, this would be your answer right here, because there's nothing more you can do since the variables are not the same. Or if you wanted to multiply it out using 3.14, you would have 3.14 j squared minus 3.14 h squared. And then this is still going to be units squared. Okay, so looking at number 7 is going to be the last one. It says the figure below shows a circle and a rectangle. Find the area of the shaded region and its perimeter. Use 3.14 for pi. So in order to find the area of the shaded region, we are going to take the area of the rectangle and we're going to subtract out part of the circle. But we don't need to subtract out the whole circle because the rectangle ends right there. So we only need to subtract out half a circle's area. So for the area of the rectangle, we have 3x. Whoops, we need to have our formula first, sorry. We have length times width, and then for the circle's area, we have pi r squared divided by 2. So for our length and width, we have 3x times 2x. And then looking at the diagram, if the diameter is 2x of the circle, that makes the radius just an x. So we have x squared pi divided by 2. So this is going to give us 6x squared minus, and then if you plug in the pi and divide it by 2, we are going to get 1.57 x squared. Those are considered like terms since the variable and the exponents are the same. And so if we subtract that, we are going to get 4.43 x squared, and then units squared. So I'm going to actually pull the perimeter up here just so that we have some space and that we can see the picture at the same time we're doing this. So for the perimeter, we need to take the distance around part of the rectangle, so 3 sides of the rectangle, and we also need to do half of a circle. So looking at your formula, you've got 2 lengths plus a width on this one, and then for the circle, we only want half of the circle. So since we only want half of the circle, we can do pi times diameter and then divide by 2. So we have 2 lengths that are 3x. We have a width that is 2x. We know that the diameter is 2x. We have times 3.14. So 2 times 3x is 6x, so we have 6x plus 2x. These 2's are going to cancel, so we have plus 3.14x, and when we add that all up, we will have 11.14x, and then units. And that's a wrap.